Thanks for staying with us here in Sunrise. Now, pets can often leave a permanent paw print on your heart. But what happens after the leash is hung up and the food bowl is empty? We're sitting down with Christopher Ingledew, Director of Faithful Friends Pet Cremation, to talk about pets ever after, a beautiful, respectful approach to honoring our animal companions when they have crossed the Rainbow Bridge. A very good morning to you, Christopher. How are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you. Thank you for having me.
Chris, I'm so interested in this. I was looking, we were talking a little bit before, and I was looking at a little bit of things, but before we even get started, talk to me about your company. What inspired it? What services do you offer? How does it work?
Inspiration came from the clear fact that Jamaica needed it, and I saw an incident that pushed that we really needed. So it just went through me that this is what I got to do, and tired of working with people or for people.
Yes.
So I said, I want to start something that's good for people, that helps people, and helps Jamaica, and makes us catch up a little with the first world. Because I mean, this is a $14 billion a year industry in the States, Europe. It's huge, and more now people appreciate pets, not just dogs, pets.
Yes.
Often more than they appreciate people. I do as well. I'm one of those guilty of loving an animal more than I love people, because they're just pure. They're just good.
So what exactly does Faithful Friends do? What type of services do you offer?
Strictly cremation. We do two types of cremation. One that's called individual or private cremation, and that's when people get back the ashes in a bag like this. So this is what the client would get back with the ashes inside, and some of these things depending on package that they take, because I offer different packages from very, very simple and basic to very fancy. So also there's communal cremation, which is where several animals are done in the machine at the same time. And that's for people who don't want back the ashes, but still want their animal humanely cremated and not dumped.
Dumped somewhere.
Right?
Yeah.
So that's basically what we offer. And in between, we do counseling and cry tears with them and give them hugs. And, it's a rough, it's a sad thing. It's a sad occasion. But now they can have a beautiful way to end it, when that time comes. And something that will last forever. Will outlast you and I. So.
You speak about the industry, $14 billion industry, and it's huge in Europe and Americas. But the culture of Jamaica is a little different, and you're operating in Jamaica. It's growing, it's changing, but it still is different from, if you compare the size of the industry to what's happening in Europe. What would you say to those persons who they don't see the fuss about losing a pet? What would you say to them based on your experiences with pet owners, pet parents?
You look like you drive up Chris' blood pressure, Chris. Chris said, no.
You can share.
I would try and encourage people to let themselves love an animal, because it's a fact that animals are therapeutic and help. And this crazy world that we live in, we come home from a day's work and the traffic and the madness, and you come home to your dog or your cat, and it's just, you forget everything. So, I would encourage people to try. But Jamaica, every country in the world has people who hate animals and people who love
them.
Just by population size, yes, we're smaller. But if this didn't work, or if we didn't love pets in Jamaica, as you say, it's growing, definitely. I think with media and exposure, people are becoming more aware of small breeds, especially that are so cute, and everybody wants to have one, But it's definitely catching on. If it wasn't, I wouldn't be in business. I've been in business for 9 years. I've done just over 3,600 animals cremated. So, and just meeting people who want my service, that people really appreciate pets. So it's necessary. This is necessary.
This is so new to, I'm sure, so many of us, right? So walk me through the process. My loved pet has passed. I call you. Is it that I bring my pet to you? You come and what's the timeline like? Walk me through it.
So in the packages, we include pickup. So we'll come to your house. The pet, I keep saying dog because there's parrots,
many
there's
now.
guinea pigs, there's rabbits, we've even done goats, we've done chickens, pet goats, pet chickens.
You have pet chickens.
Yeah, man.
That's pretty interesting.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. It was a little girl's. A lot of it. Sometimes the animals are supportive animals. Like Digicel has a school for autism, and they have a petting school, petting zoo. So yeah, we do different animals. So you call me, start a conversation. I send you my brochure online to show you the options that I offer. You make a decision. We come for the pet. The pet is then taken to a clinic, a vet clinic, where we store all the bodies in a very big freezer, properly, 100% proper system. And then we set a date for cremation, which is usually within a week. So we cremate twice a week, basically, depending on the traffic. And then depending on the package that you take, be it, because some packages is just ashes alone. People don't want any of the fancy stuff to remind them.
Yeah.
They just want the ashes, or they have an urn of their own, or they want to scatter the ashes up in the hills or in the sea or in a favorite walk somewhere, pathway, whatever. And then we deliver the ashes to you at a place of your wish, like your home or mostly the homes. And that way I meet the client, because everything is done over the phone, everything with me. I handle every client personally. Absolutely, because it has to be 7-star. This is not going to a supermarket and buying a tin of corned beef. This is dealing with a death of a loved one. And as I say, some people love them more than they love people. So you can imagine the grief. And I've seen some serious grief.
What I want to ask you, because I can see and hear the passion which you express. And the great thing about a job is a job that you are connected to personally, that you can speak to it. You know, I have a friend who said that his dog, he just owned a dog, a new experience, and he's just discovering that when he comes home, the excitement with which the dog is excited to see him, he said he has never had that, even from any of his children. Can you imagine? So I'm seeing what you're saying. Are there any plans to have any kind of strategic alliances with, like, doing counseling with persons who sell pet breeders, that you can say, hey, you know, as a part of the comfort to them to say, hey, here are some places where you can get a new pet, you know, because I mean, obviously they love animals, pets. So.
I mean, I work closely with pet places and vets and clinics and charity places and refuge places for animals. So yeah, I definitely work alongside people.
I want to know where we can find you, but before, is there any really interesting way a pet owner has memorialized their, you know, pet through your service, like a pendant, or maybe you can give some people ideas. Maybe real quick.
The hanging urn, the hanging necklace pendant. That's tiny. That has been done. It's not that common in Jamaica. I used to carry them, but I stopped because it's not that common. But yeah, people do some pretty
interesting,
unusual things.
Chris, now you're going to talk off the ear. I'm curious.
We won't mention that, but it's personal for them, and I respect that.
Understand.
And sometimes it's their religion that guides them as to what to do and how to treat it.
How do we find you, Chris? Somebody's seen this, you know, they're interested. How do we reach out to you?
If you Google pet cremation in Jamaica,
you're the only thing that will come up. All right. Pet Cremation Jamaica. Chris will come up.
This is a very interesting concept. I could talk to you further about this. You know, it's very interesting. My interest is speed. I wanted to ask you if you've ever lost a pet and what the experience was like.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. We have to talk off the air for that. We have to talk off the air. We have to go. But that was really interesting.
Such an interesting concept. That many of us didn't even know existed here or considered before. But thanks to Christopher and faithful friends for telling us all about it. That's all the time we have for WAGS in this Sunrise morning, brought to you by True Pets. But there's more to come in Sunrise right after this.